On July 23rd, 2025, I was like, who is ready for hurricanes? September 13th, that would be after the lunar eclipse, and September 26th, which would be after the solar eclipse, because solar eclipse is more powerful. Luckily, we didn't get one on the September 13th, but unluckily, 5 days after the partial solar eclipse, we are watching out for a hurricane landfall as early as this Monday. So if you are in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, I'd be paying attention. And if you're in New York and up the coast, New England, New Jersey, I would be paying attention. And even Florida, I don't think you're 100% out of the woods yet. And remember, those chances could mysteriously turn out to sea, magically, or that it can fall apart. But the odds are looking kind of low on those. Mike, Gag, Liar, Die. The 12Z spaghetti models are out, and there's surprising agreement on a landfalling system for the southeast coast. It might be time to start raising some alarms, because landfall could be as early as Monday. Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Monitor, plan, and be prepared to act. I've been, raising alarms for a while, and was pretty sure we'd see a landfalling hurricane in September, and September's here, although it's almost over. But yeah, buckle up, red alert. And yeah, let me be an asshole and say Category 5's always possible. But I would guess at this point it's probably going to be in the Category 2 to 3 range. Also, this could be slow, and meaning bringing shit tons of rain. And when I go to Spaghetti Models, check out some of the charts, it says, big firewall problems. Man, why is covering the weather always so weird? Anyway, speaking of weird, the last few nights you've had these giant drones hovering over Denmark. And today you have Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth for the USA ordering hundreds of U.S. military generals and admirals to gather on short notice at the Marine Corps base in Virginia next week. Also, you have Lavrov from Russia saying the U.S. and NATO have declared war on Russia, and 2 Russian surveillance satellites are pursuing satellites used by Germany's armed forces. So, hey, everybody stay cool. And please do what you can to avoid World War III, because World War III would be absolutely horrible. Okay, the one on the left is Imelda, or going to be Imelda. The one on the right is Umberto. And yeah, so Imelda gets really close to Florida. So I'm saying Florida, I would also watch it as well. And the fact that you have the 2 Fujiwara hurricane tropical systems makes this thing incredibly difficult to predict super accurately at this point. So it's definitely a cliffhanger. Miracles are still possible on this thing, but it's definitely time to prepare for the worst and pray for the best. Have a plan if it's headed your way. I said miracles are still possible, but right now an actual hurricane landfall is probably probable. Mitch West noting that the GFS continues to trend faster and stronger. That's not a good sign. Chances are increasing for a landfalling tropical system early next week in the Carolinas. Too soon for specifics, but it's a forecast you'll definitely want to keep up with. Yep. And tonight I'm going to see Everclear, Sponge, and Local H live in person. So, yeah, I would be tracking it, dude. Ma'am, y'all, prepare. Stay aware. Models do seem to be locking in. So it's time for you to lock in, especially if you're in these coastal areas. And then at some point, Gabrielle's supposed to gain strength again and possibly hit Spain or Africa. That's crazy. This model, was it the HAFBS or some shit? The latest 06E HAFS-B run is suggesting that some outer bands could be impacting Jacksonville, Florida Monday night. Going to keep you updated. All right, I do an amazing job almost all the time, and I appreciate you hanging around with me. So stay cool, stay aware. I'll talk to y'all in the near future. God bless everyone. Savannah, Charleston, Milton Beach, Wilmington, Hatters, Atlanta, Charlotte, and like I said, New Jersey, New York, I'd pay attention. But be prepared for surprises because life is like that, especially in WTF 2025.